back to my channel, and I am here with another story time. Trying to be consistent on this thing. I'm trying, y'all. So today's story time is gonna be about my first my first love, who had not one, not two, not three, but 6 kids on me while we was in a relationship. And I'm gonna start with the backstory, and yeah. So for the purpose of the story, I'm gonna give him a name, and we're gonna call him Stu. He was in my other story time. I named him STU, and STU and Stu is basically the same thing. STU stands for super turned up, and I say that he's super turned up because that's what he was. A little backstory about how and why I say that is because he was the type that, like, if he say something, he wanted to apply. Like, he had to apply pressure behind anything he said, behind anything he did. He just always had to apply pressure. It just wasn't him if it wasn't no pressure behind what he was saying. Like, for instance, I had fought this one girl or whatever, and the one girl was his homegirl. They were from the same place. And I fought her, and after I fought her, her friend wanted to fight me because her friend liked him. Back then, everybody was like, oh, why he choose her? Why her? Why her? Why her? Why her? That's what it seemed like to me. Like, nobody liked me because of this man, but couldn't nobody touch me because of this man. Like, he made sure he let it be known, like, don't touch her. That one, don't touch. So yeah, that's just a reason why I'm calling him super turned up. Everything he say, he just, like, so forceful with it. Like, he said with his whole chest. And he just had been like that for as long as I knew him. And I knew him for a while before we started dating. Now, like I said, I know him for a while before we started dating. I really didn't want to date him at first because he's like a year or two younger than me. And you know how girls mature faster than guys. So, I don't know. I was just like, no, it's giving kid, it's giving. But he was real persistent, and I was already dating somebody at this time, and he just straight up told that person, like, after me and him was talking, and I started, like, giving in more and flirting more, and like, okay, I'm just filling you out. So he basically told the guy that I was talking to, like, don't talk to her no more. Like, this not you no more. This me. And just like that, he stopped talking to me. Like, everybody knew, like, what type of time Stu was on, like, and how he was. So the other guy, he didn't put up no fight. He was like, all right. And from then on, I was just with him, with Stu. And the way I was like real, like, an introvert. Like, I was real chill, real laid back. Anything this man said, I listened or I did. Like, if he needed something, like his hood day was coming up and he needed an outfit and he asked me to go get it. I didn't have a car at this time. He didn't have a car at this time. But I guess because I'm the non-gangbanger, I could go more places than he could go. If you know, you know. So, we was together for a while, and where he is from, the area that he's from, my whole side of my dad's family is from that side. So everybody that this man know, I know. And I said that to point out, like, I don't know what you want to call it, stupid, loyal, I don't know. But because like I said, everybody that's from the same gang he is from the same gang my dad is from. So therefore, these are your homies, but these are my friends. Like, I know these people. Like, I basically grew up around these people. Like, they know me and I know them. I said that to say, every time they would come in my yard, because my yard is where a lot of them used to hang out, he would be telling me, like, oh, go upstairs. There's nothing but homies out here. Okay, and I go to school. I'm about to go to school with like 5 of them in the morning. Like, what are you talking about? Yard is where a lot of them used to hang out. He would be telling me, like, oh, go upstairs. There's nothing but homies out here. Okay, and I go to school. I'm about to go to school with like 5 of them in the morning. Like, what are you talking about? But like I said, See, I'm saying that now, like, what are you talking about now? But as soon as he told me, I darted up them stairs, though. Darted up them bitches. Whoop. Didn't think twice, didn't ask him nothing. I flew up them stairs. What do you mean? So, one day, like I said, me and him, neither one of us had a car, but one day he had pulled up to my house. And he had shopping bags, and he had like all type of jewelry. Him and his friends had did something. I'm not gonna speak on what they did, but he had gave me some jewelry, my sister some jewelry, my mama some jewelry, and then he had bought himself like some clothes and stuff. Mind you, anything this man used to tell me to do, I did. If he needed a t-shirt, I'm ready to go get you some t-shirts. If you need some dickies, I'm ready to go get you some dickies. If you need, well, yeah, basically what I'm trying to say by saying all that is like, if anything he needed, I always had him, no matter what it was, food, anywhere. He didn't live with me, but he was always at my house. He was never home. So, okay, this particular day, he pulled up, and like I said, he gave my mom some jewelry, he gave me some jewelry, gave my sister some jewelry, and he had like a lot of clothes, like a lot of bags and stuff. So we just all downstairs just talking, just vibing. And he was upstairs talking to my mom. So I'm outside, and like I said, all of his homies are already my friends. Like, I know them, like I know these people. So I'm just downstairs just talking or whatever. And he like, what are you doing? Go upstairs and take my bags up there. And what I do, I grab them bags and I take them up there and I stay up there. So he called me, so he ends up leaving or whatever, and he calls me and tells me that he need, I want to say, I don't know if it was a outfit, I don't know if it's I think it was a t-shirt. So I go to go get the t-shirt, and as I'm going to go get the t-shirt, I see him ride past me with a female in the car. Now this one female, she is also from where they're from, just like a different, like all the same gang, is just different, you know what I'm saying, sections. Let's just say he was from 1st Street and she was from 2nd Street. So I'm looking like, first of all, now in my head I'm looking like I'm just super dumb, because why would I even go catch the bus to go get you anything and you flying in a car, and then you flying in a car with this bitch? So why you couldn't just get it? So what was I lost my train of thought. These kids want, you know, they just want to stare at you in your face.
Look. Thank you.
So anyways, so I'm outside. So this is the same day, but just at nighttime. So we all outside. It's me, him. So because I guess since he got a little bit of change, right now, he was feeling kind of cool, because he was actually letting me be outside and everybody be outside until we just cooling and talking, laughing, just vibing, everybody. And then the homegirl that he was in the car with, she's not there. She's no longer there. So this other girl comes, and I name her I'm gonna name her Dope. So this other girl named Dope comes in my yard, and she's telling her like, STU, Stu, you got me pregnant. You need to take care of your baby.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
What? You need to take care of your baby. Not take care of your baby, and it's not even developed or nothing yet. Like, what? Take care of what, baby? Take care of what, baby? So I'm like, she got you pregnant. She like, you need to take care of your baby. Like, you need to take care of your responsibilities. You got me pregnant or whatever. So he like I said, he kicking her ass and making her out the yard, and I'm arguing him while he kicking her. Like, what is she even talking about? And I get sent upstairs. Now I gotta go the fuck upstairs because I want to know what the fuck going on. What I do? You want to know what the fuck I did? I took my ass up them stairs. Well, I'm taking my ass up. He don't come back upstairs and explain nothing to me. this nigga leaves. I'm calling, blowing up his phone. He's not answering. So I'm pissed. I'm mad. I'm crying, of course, cause I'm just like, what the fuck? Like I do everything for you, my nigga. I jump. Like that just kill me, because niggas will. You could do everything for a nigga and he's still gonna do whatever the fuck he want to do with whoever the fuck he want to do it with. Them bitches don't be giving no fucks about them. Like don't be making sure they straight at the end of the day. But that's what the fuck that they choose to do. Anyways, that's neither here nor there. It actually is, but I'm gonna leave it alone because I can go on and on about that, on and on about that. So he tries to come to my house after he done. I don't know. I think one of his homeboys had something going on, so that's where he was at, which is why he wasn't answering the phone. And so he tried to come to my house that night, and it was raining, and I was just letting his ass stay out there knocking. He was knocking for a minute. I eventually did let him in, and when he came in, he told me that bullshit that all. So when I eventually let him in, I'm like, so like, what's up? Like, what's going on? Like, what's really good? And he was like, man, that bitch is a powder head, and that bitch do pills. I ain't touched that girl. I don't know what she talking about. She high. She let one of the homies fuck. It wasn't me. She got her homies mixed up. That's on the sad, and I ain't claiming nothing but the sad, blah 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 bullshit. So I'm thinking like, and this girl is a girl that I have been having problem with over him. Like supposedly she like him. I don't know how niggas just, you know how niggas be saying, oh, she like me, and they always want to mention the fact that she like me, but never the fact that they fucked her, they kissed her, they gave her. They never mentioned the part where they let the bitch on for all this time, or they was making the bitch feel like she was something when it was just them two. They failed to mention that part every single time. So me being dumb, me being stigmatized, because I was definitely stigmatized at that point, I was just like, yeah. Because like I said, me and her had got into it before, because not got into it, but like she used to say and try to do little slick shit because she knew that I was talking to him. So part of me did believe like, okay, she just saying this because she know I'm out here and she know you out here, and she'll try anything to, me being naive and stupid, I guess. So when he told me that, I was like, okay, yeah, she don't know what she's talking about. Like, she just saying that. She just mad. And then, like, I know this is YouTube, so I don't want to say too much. But like I said back then, I was like very, very, very insecure. And at this time, it wasn't because I was like bigger or nothing. Because later on, that's what it was. Because I was bigger. I don't know. Like, even though I was like of age, I wasn't like as advanced as other people like were doing certain stuff. And I knew like slop on my knob, like on that guy. I wasn't finna do that. I wasn't finna put this mouth was at this time. This mouth was made for food and food only. It's not going nowhere else. Thank you. I knew that was something I wasn't doing. I'ma ride you like a rodeo. I wasn't doing that. I'm finna just lay down. You finna do you, and I'm finna watch TV afterwards. Okay? Yeah. So basically, the only thing I was doing was, just laying there. That's all I was doing. So I was kind of, and like I said, he was just so super turned out and super turned up and extra out. Like when we would do it, he was like had some sides on him, so he used to like manhandle me, and I just be. It wasn't no throw it back, and then it was just, okay, we're gonna do it like that, then like this, it was just standard. So I was kind of insecure, like, okay, he probably wants somebody who's gonna participate more. I don't know. So I was already insecure, but I knew that girl was nuts. It was out of her mind, because everybody knew her to be a habitual liar. Everybody from you know, over there knew that she was a habitual liar. Everybody knew she lied through her teeth. So that's the only reason why I believed him when he said that. So we cool. She's still making her allegations. He's still saying he ain't claiming nothing but the said. He's still telling me that he never touched her. She got the wrong homie. She be high. She don't know who she let fuck. But it was not him. He never touched her. He did not touch her. So I'm like, okay. But months and months and months go by, and she has a stomach. So then I'm like, okay, what's going on? Like, he like, we don't know who baby that is. Like I said, I did not touch her. It could have been anyone of them. It could have been anyone of them. He just keeps saying, he just sticking by that, like that he didn't touch her. He don't know who baby that is. That could be anybody, baby. And so I'm like, okay. So so you fuck with STU? You fuck with Stu? I'm like, who don't know that I fuck with? Yes, I still fuck with him. She was like, oh, well, I'm pregnant with twins and I have them next month. You need to tell him to come do a DNA test since he want to say he ain't claiming nothing. And I'm just like, what? At this point, I'm devastated. Like, I'm just like, what? Like, every time I turn around, it's, wait, what is going on? What's really going on? What's really going on? So I asked him. He said he don't know that girl. He ain't never heard of that girl. He don't know where that girl came from. He said Dope probably had one of her cousins to play on my Facebook, since I'm not believing it when she said maybe if somebody else comes through, they'll believe it. And the girl was saying that she had been messing around with him for years, and he could possibly be the father of her baby that she already had. She already had, I think, a 2-year-old little girl. So okay, so that's already one by Dope. This one has twins and then one, so that's 4. So this one, so that one, and I'm not gonna give her a name because after that was it. I showed him the pictures of her. He said he don't know the girl. He ain't never touched that girl. He never seen that girl a day in his life. And the way he used to say and do stuff, I don't know. I just would believe it because he would just say stuff and it'll just be sounding believable as fuck. Like I showed him her. He like, come on now, do that look like anything that I would mess with? Like, I would never mess with nothing that looked like this. Come on now, I got you right here. Why would I need to do that? I ain't never seen this girl. Have you ever seen this girl around the set, or have you ever heard of this girl any other time than this? And me and you been dealing with each other for this long, and she just now want to come and say a 1-year-old is mine. This girl, have you ever seen this girl around the set, or have you ever heard of this girl any other time than this? And me and you been dealing with each other for this long, and she just now want to come and say a 1-year-old is mine. Yeah, he would tell me, like, make it make sense. Like, if a female was really getting this dick, don't you think she would have been telling you about it? You know how this is hitting, and like, if somebody else was getting it, they wouldn't have waited till no baby was 1 year old to tell you about it. Just like she didn't wait to tell you about the twins that she's supposed to be having, she would have been told you about this 1-year-old and them twins. That's bullshit, and you stupid for believing that. Like, you believe anything. You believe everybody over me, and like, just that manipulating, gaslighting, narcissist type of stuff. And at that time, I was just going for like, oh, I need to start believing in my man. Like, my man said he did not do that. My man did not do that. Like, why am I letting somebody I don't know have so much influence over my relationship? That's how I was taking it. So I'm just like, yeah, he right. That make a lot of sense.
Are you stupid or something?
I'm gonna just have faith in my man. I'm gonna just trust in my man, because why would he tell me anything wrong? Like, that's my man. Like, just so naive, just so stupid. I didn't want to tell the story because I just looked and felt so dumb. Like, like I could just only imagine how many people back then was like, "Ooh, that bitch is dumb, dumber than a box of rocks, dumber than a donut. That bitch is dumb." What? And I can only imagine how many people was around me and was having sex with this man and just smiling in my face. But yeah, so I was like, yeah, okay. So, okay, remember that homegirl I told you I seen him with in the car, and while I was walking to go get his shirt? So she comes back around. Belly big. Belly big. Okay, remember that homegirl I told you I seen him with in the car, and while I was walking to go get his shirt? So she comes back around. Belly big. Belly big. So I'm gonna call her Rocky. I'm gonna call her Rocky. And I'm gonna call her Rocky because like Rocky Road ice cream, like Rocky, I don't know. But yeah, so around and her stomach is huge. I ain't think nothing of it. I have not seen that girl since I seen her in the car. I ain't really seen her around too much, so I don't know what she doing or who she talked to or who she with or whatever. So I just know that her stomach was out, it was poking, it was out there. And so we were all outside, and when she came, he told me to go in the house. And at this point, I was kind of sick of his bullshit. Like at the end, I'm like, no, I'm not going in the house. So we argued. We almost had a fight out there, and I was just like, I'm about to just go in the house. I just go in the house for the main purpose of, I don't want to hurt the bitch. That just straight up. What more do I say? I don't want to hurt the bitch. So I'm like, let me just go in the house because the police they be circling the block, or they be circling this block because they know that they be hanging out. They be trying to catch some, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, you know what? I'm not even finna be out here and be in jail because I'm out here in the front yard fighting you. So I went in the house based off that strength. And at this point, some of the stuff was just getting to me. Like, I just felt so dumb that I was like, you know what? It's time for this. I'm done with this relationship. It's time for this. I can't like. So I was talking to somebody. So when I went in the house, I went to go talk to that somebody on the phone. So me and him was texting or whatever. He is in another story. This is the introduction to TG. And if y'all watch the story time, I stole her man. TG. This is the same TG. This is how it started. And that story I was saying that we was talking on Tagged. Well, when I went upstairs, I was talking to him on Tagged. Yes. This is like before that. So this story leads into that one. So yeah, I was in the house talking to him, and then some of my friends was like, you didn't hear that commotion going on outside? And I'm like, I was up here getting me some sleep. What happened? I was like, oh, Rocky and Dope almost got into it. They fighting over their baby daddy. What? So I'm just like, wait, they fighting over their baby daddy. I'm like, oh, so they finally found out who Dope baby daddy was? And they like, they looking at me like, what? Like, that's kind of a kooky thing to say, because Dope baby daddy is Stu, and Rocky baby daddy is supposed to be Stu.